Live from the Moscone Convention Center in San Francisco, California, it's theCUBE at Oracle OpenWorld 2014. Brought to you by headline sponsor Cisco Systems, with support from NetApp. And now, here are your hosts, John Furrier and Jeff Frick.
Okay, welcome back everyone. You are watching theCUBE live in San Francisco. We are at Oracle OpenWorld. We're actually on the ground in the booth of Cisco, and we are here covering all the action at Oracle OpenWorld, transformation to the cloud. I'm John Furrier, the co-founder of SiliconANGLE Media, joined Jeff Frick, General Manager at CUBE in Silicon Valley, and our next guest is Maria Olson, VP of Global Alliances for NetApp. Welcome back to theCUBE, CUBE alumni.
Hi John, it's nice to be here. It was great at AT&T Park, and really excited to be here at OW.
Our last time we were in the center field, AT&T Park, wind's blowing, it's getting a little chilly, but we're in the field, we're all excited. So what's changed? What's happened since then? Then we'll get into Oracle OpenWorld. What's happened since we've last spoken?
Yeah, what's happened is there's a lot of things going on in the industry right now, with the major disruptions right now across what's going on in the cloud, mobile, analytics space. It is just a very interesting time to really be out there partnering. NetApp is at a real big advantage just because we have a very best-of-breed open partner ecosystem approach, and so it's really lends a natural credibility in terms of what the marketplace is and what our customers are asking for. So it's a very exciting time for us right now.
So let's talk about Oracle OpenWorld now. Obviously, this is a show about biz dev. It's all about new products. It's all about customers here, and it's all heavy hitters, right? So it's not like a normal tech show, speeds and feeds, tire kickers. There's real players here, so you can get a feel for the barometer of kind of where things are at. Last year was kind of a lot of sizzle. This year it seems more like steak. What's your take on Oracle OpenWorld this year, and what are some of the experiences you've had so far in your job here? Any good biz dev activity?
Absolutely, and I'm glad you asked that question, because I do agree there's a different feel to Oracle OpenWorld from last year to this year. This year, we're seeing the quality of the customer conversations that we're having here are a lot more strategic in terms of, now I understand where you guys are headed all on cloud. Oracle has positions in that marketplace. NetApp has very strong positions in that marketplace, and now it's a much more intelligent conversation we're having with the customers in terms of when they're going to be migrating to cloud, how they're going to migrate to cloud, what applications they're going to take there. So it's a very different buzz this year. It feels a lot more, people are actually embracing it a lot more and making some decisions in terms of what their time frame is for embracing cloud.
We had a lot of conversations so far with some NetApp folks here. Very interesting to get the FlexPod. It's got lots of good feedback. Million IOPS, that's the other product. Storage grid, was it storage grid? That's a billion IOPS. Million IOPS, I had to throw that in there, and Jeff knows that was on purpose. So a million IOPS in Oracle, which is a good benchmark. That's speaking to this engineered systems trend. Are you seeing that at the customer base, that's an okay solution, and how are the partners reacting to it? Are they able to add value on top of that? What's the early results coming in from these products?
We're seeing extremely positive results with our whole integrated infrastructure, and FlexPod is a big product, obviously, in that space. We're right now at the point where we've surpassed $3 billion in revenues. We have over 4,500 customers, over 1,000 channel partners. We've had incredible success with FlexPod. Alone with Oracle alone, we've had 4 validated designs with Oracle across different applications. And we introduced our first FlexPod about April 2013, so we've seen incredible uptake there. And it's really how customers want to consume. They really want rapid time to market. They really want these systems put together. And what NetApp brings is a best-of-breed approach with a very large ecosystem of partners. One of the best kept secrets in terms of NetApp is that we actually have an engineering team that's outside of our baseline storage, outside of our NAS and our FAS products and our E-Series products, that these engineers, the sole job that they do is to optimize NetApp storage to work within Oracle environments or SAP or Microsoft.
So they don't get caught in the NetApp box, so to speak. They really are the innovation strategies to give them free reign to think around what the customers might think about.
Absolutely. We've just had, I just was at a customer meeting late last night with a very large service provider over in Europe. And part of the thing that they're trying to bring in is they have all of these different application partners or VDI partners that they actually want to bring in a whole solutions offering with NetApp storage as a foundation. And that's part of our best of breed approach, so we can bring value to the customer. It doesn't matter what applications or partners you have, those are integrated already and they're proven technologies with NetApp storage.
So Marie, I'm curious your take on why the conversations are better, why kind of the level of the business conversation has gone up. Is it, we were joking earlier, is it because Larry's now, basically knighted, cloud is okay, Oracle's behind it, now we can all kind of move forward? Was there some other tipping point, or is this just, kind of the evolution over the last 3 or 4 years that people are finally getting it, their POCs have gone well, they're ready to embrace it? Do you have any feel for why it's changed, why it's flipped?
I think it's a great question, and I actually just saw this also at Cisco Live. Cisco Live as well, there was uptake in terms of the customers that were there. The level of conversation in terms of the adoption of what they want to adopt in cloud and when, those decisions are starting to be made now. So there's a lot more stakeholders coming into the industry. There's also a lot of technology shifts that are occurring in terms of Cisco, for instance, with their whole intercloud and CCS, or with their ACI approach. And so customers really need to come to these conferences to understand, what does this technology mean in terms of the current stack that I have, and what is it going to mean for the future? So it's almost like the time is now, and I think that's where we're seeing more uptake, not just at Oracle OpenWorld, but I would say also at Cisco Live and some other of the key events that we also participate with our partners.
Awesome, so talk about the global alliance aspect of it, because it's supply side partners, because you guys do work a lot with Amazon and other clouds, Azure, that's come out. But also you've got people who make money with Cisco, and I mean with NetApp and Cisco and all these solutions. So you have providers that resell NetApp. How's that going? And share, this must be a holy grail for them, because you essentially do all of the work up front, certifying, they bring it to the customers, they can bolt on services around it. What are some of those services? Is it cloud services? Is it high gross profit? What are some of the things that you're seeing for the channel partners?
Yeah, that's a great question as well. So a lot of what we do is we do bring this ecosystem of partners together and these solutions together. We sit down hand in hand with customers, and to give an example, like on a large service providers, what we do is we go in there and say, what services do you want to provide over time? And then we do customized offerings in terms of what we're going to bring in there, what the value some of our channel partners are bringing. So it's really a co-innovation, co-development in terms of what we're going to do from a go-to-market. So we have a foundation of proven success with thousands of channel partners and distributors throughout the world, and we really sit down there hand in hand with key customers to understand what is their journey, when are they going on their journey, and what is the solution we can all bring together to make the trip more successful for them.
Do you find that these higher end solutions that you guys are building with FlexPod and whatnot are more reliable, require less support, or does support shift to the partner? And do you guys provide that? Has it changed the dynamic on the services piece for NetApp and your channel partner?
It has changed the dynamic on the services piece, so there's a lot more opportunity for the channel to be able to provide more services offerings on top, and that's why the channel loves FlexPod, right? It's a baseline unit in terms of they can add value-added services on top of that. The other area that's really important in the whole integrated infrastructure, with FlexPod, for instance, is the support. So now you have all these offerings, from different companies, and how are you going to support that? So we have a cooperative support model that we've implemented with just Cisco, Microsoft, SAP, Red Hat, a lot of market leaders there, so there's no finger pointing in terms of who's going to take the call, where the problem is, and we resolve that all with the customer.
We know IT people love to have one single throat to choke, as they say in IT. Who is that person? Is it going to be NetApp, or is it going to be SAP? So how does that work? Or does the partner figure that out, or is it the integrator or channel partner?
So on the cooperative support model, we do take the first call on FlexPod, and then depending on what the problem is, we work with the partners to be able to solve that with the customer.
Okay, so you guys will move on that because it's engineered out. Okay, good. Cool. What other things have you seen around NetApp that's resonating? The cloud stuff, the all-flash array seems to be getting a lot of traction. I'll see the software piece with cloud, is interesting. What's your not interesting, it's really good actually, but what's the uptake on those products from your perspective?
So we've had very strong uptake. So FlexPod has been growing at an incredible mark there, more so than the storage market. Great place to be. The other area where we're seeing a lot of momentum is no longer is it just about NetApp going to market with its customers. It's really about NetApp hand in hand with some key partners going to market with its customers. So for instance, being able to pull together a three-way go-to-market, whether that be with Cisco and Oracle in terms of being able to move more Oracle OVM to customers, whether that be Cisco and Microsoft in terms of moving more Azure licenses. So what we're doing is we're really working on these three-way go-to-market specifically with these technology partners to bring those hand in hand to customers.
Is there any change? I mean, you look back at the industry, and you're senior executive at NetApp, so you've seen, the industry with before cloud or before this convergence and integrated infrastructure. What's different now about the business that you could point to and say, it wasn't like that when I was growing up. We'd walk to school with no shoes in the snow. I mean, it seems to be like the world's changing where a lot of stuff is being encapsulated into technology. And it seems easier, but it maybe not. I mean, is there anything you could share around like what's changed that's been notable?
Yeah, I actually call my job right now, it's partnering in the middle of an earthquake. There's so many tectonic shifts that are occurring. There's more competition that's occurring. There's more co-opetition that's occurring. And it's because there's such a major shift happening in IT right now. And a lot of big bets are being made. So I think it's probably one of the more complicated cycles right now to actually work on a partnering strategy. Now what goes to NetApp's strength is because we do have a broad ecosystem type of strategy. We do work with many partners. We don't tend to have a lot of competitive overlap with a lot of these partners to some degree. So we tend to be very clear in terms of where we partner, where we compete.
And the product's solid too, so you have a good engineering discipline, so that helps. I mean, having a decent product, but
and
that's
a group
interesting.
that specializes on optimizing our storage for Cisco.
Yeah, there's more
Oracle,
motivated parties
SAP.
to partner with Cisco than there are not to partner.
Right.
So in a way, you're lucky compared to other people.
So empathetically, in the crazy earthquake of tectonic shifts, how are you helping? What are the successful CIOs for the CIOs that are watching? How are they prioritizing? How are they deciding what to do next within all these massive shifts between cloud, mobile, social, consumerization of IT? I mean, there's a ton of them. How are the good ones being successful?
Yeah, it's a great question. I was just talking to a CIO last night specifically about this, and they've got challenges in terms of ensuring their OpEx versus their CapEx, their budgets are going down, they have to have increased services, and so what we're doing about it is very similar in terms of bringing together key leaders depending on what that customer ecosystem has and what services they want to run, bringing those leaders together to really start to sketch out how we work together over the next 2 to 3 years. So we're really engaging long-term planning with our customers, because the shift to cloud is not going to happen in 3 months, it's not going to happen in 6 months or 9. You're talking about a phased evolution over time, and you really have to be much more of a strategic partner to your customer than just a supplier. So the relationship tends to change.
And how much, are they bringing the business leaders in with them side by side to tell you what they're trying to accomplish, as opposed to just them asking how you can help them do their job better?
It's very true. The business leaders are coming hand in hand. They are starting to have a much larger voice and share. We even experienced that internally at NetApp with our own CIO. Our own CIO basically says, hey, Julie Parrish, who's our Chief Marketing Officer, has a much better say in terms of what we're actually going to go out there and implement than traditionally the CIO does. So that you do see that shift occurring there, where the business user actually does have more share of voice in terms of what gets consumed and decisions.
People some say that the CMO will have a bigger IT spend than the CIO.
Absolutely.
So it seems to me that Dave and I always speculate, Dave Vellante, about the storage, and we've been following NetApp for quite some time, big fan, certainly. I'm a fanboy, Silicon Valley kind of perspective, watching you guys grow up. It's a great company, and always transforms at the right time. But it seems to me, this is now my perspective, not Dave's, that NetApp went away, huddled 2 years ago and said, we better reinvent ourselves. Kind of like that every cycle that they know they got to reinvent themselves. And it seems like you're busting out now with FlexPod. I don't think you've unearthed everything yet, so I got a feeling that NetApp's about to explode with some innovation. It's already seeing things happening, okay? But it's a bubbly market right now. Other things, like other private companies got billions of dollars of valuation. With all that going on, is it going to be a big breakout? What are you guys doing to get the word out? I mean, all the stuff we heard here today has been very awesome. I mean, it's NetApp kind of checking the boxes, keeping sticking to their knitting, so to speak. Is there going to be a breakout? Is there going to be some big getting the word out? Got an event coming up? What are you guys doing to promote the NetApp mojo?
Yeah, it's funny you say about the 2 years, because I've been at NetApp for 3 years, and in the 3 years that I've been at NetApp, I've never seen a bigger payload that's getting announced than this year, honestly. The products are phenomenal. We're launching products across all spaces in terms of our flash offering, in terms of FlexPod, in terms of our FAS line. I mean, it's really across the board. We're also having our customer conference this year. We're having two. We're having one in Insight in Las Vegas and then one in Berlin. And so stay tuned for some great announcements across, our product payloads. And
so next month is the Insight event. Not to be confused with IBM Insight, which is the same name.
In the same week.
In the same city.
Maybe we'll get some of their customers.
So that's in
is this
Vegas.
Insight?
And when's the Berlin show?
The Berlin one is in November.
Okay. Wow, that's really back to back.
We
Interesting.
are.
Seem to be on the road
It's the
a
first
lot.
time after 20 plus years we're having a
So
customer
is
conference.
there going to be a barrage of announcements at the show?
We will.
Okay, look at you
We're very
smiling.
excited.
We got to dig in there. We're not going to let you leave. We'll ask some more roundabout questions. We'll put the puzzle together. We're getting puzzle pieces on theCUBE. Okay, so.
And also partner ecosystem announcements as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, I always say in an era of this tectonic shifts happening with this innovation, and you got innovation strategy, if you can make things easier and simpler and reduce the steps it takes to do things and make money, and when you're enabling your partners with this huge opportunity to put gross profit on top of their businesses, I mean, that's music to their ears. What they don't want to do is get into a low margin situation. They want to fulfill their customer needs, which is your customer needs as well, and make money servicing it seamlessly without getting a lot involved. So I think if you guys can crack the code on that, and vBlock we've seen with EMC do very, very well in that area. With FlexPod, it's really a nice fit, so congratulations. What other products are getting you excited with the partners besides FlexPod?
Honestly, we have such great products independent of FlexPod, and a lot of our storage gets sold within other servers as well, right? A lot of people are buying it as integrated stack. A lot of people are buying, our storage to work with Oracle applications. So, FlexPod is a part of our business, but it's not our entire business, right? So a lot of what we actually do gets sold outside of a converged infrastructure as well as a converged infrastructure. So it really is giving the customer choice, right? If you want it fully integrated Cisco stack, with NetApp storage and Cisco switches, we have a certification across all these payloads that you can go buy. If you want to be able to buy NetApp storage and you have other servers and you have other switches and components, that's also been certified, and you can also buy those pieces. So it's really offering the customers their choice.
Great, notwithstanding the pre-announcing anything around Insight, your event next month, share with us the strategy. Has anything changed with the global alliance strategy on the supplier side as well as the revenue-facing partner side? Suppliers meaning technology partners, non-NetApp companies. Is it the same? What's the current strategy? Is it evolved? Can you share the current state of the union for global alliances strategy on the supplier side and also the revenue partner side?
So without giving too many secrets away, we still see our big partnerships as absolutely key to our success for now and to the future. So our relationships, with Oracle and with Cisco, SAP, Microsoft, those are all extremely important. At the same time, the industry is evolving, and there are new partnerships across social, mobile, analytics, and cloud that we actually are developing new partnerships across that entire ecosystem in terms of who are those critical partners for success. So we still see our core ones as being very important in terms of where we are today and where we need to go, as well as evolving another emerging ecosystem of partners that are very important, because we got to make sure that whatever we're delivering is what the customers want and what fulfills their customer ecosystem.
It's interesting, you guys are a big data company, not a storage company. You're a software company and a big data company. In a way, big data is what is the heart of NetApp right now. Is that the same vibe internally you're hearing amongst engineers?
So it's really about
it's not the official statement.
Yeah, it's really about data management and movement. So really where NetApp is headed is ensuring no matter where you choose to store your data, whether it's on-prem, off-prem, if it's in public cloud, that we can actually manage that data no matter where it is and guarantee that you're not going to lose that information in that data. That's really where NetApp's headed. And when you start thinking about that, what does that mean from an ecosystem perspective? Does that mean new partners in that space? Absolutely. It absolutely means new partners in the space because it's a new area that we're going into.
Talk about the Cisco relationship. We're actually in the Cisco booth booth, so we'll put you on the spot. Share with us, are you happy with Cisco? They're right there. This is the time to air it all out. I mean, how's it going?
Yeah, absolutely. I have to say, the Cisco NetApp relationship has never been stronger than it is now. I have to tell you the level of executives, touch points that we have, the level of investments that are being made are really substantial in this space. So it's never been stronger, and we're coming off of a very large base, right, to grow our business. But it's been a phenomenal relationship. There's a lot more opportunity for us to go out there and capture. We're introducing new products every day here, it seems, and I'm very bullish on the Cisco relationship.
Maria Olson, thanks for coming inside theCUBE. A payload coming like never seen before from NetApp. We're looking forward to it. I can't wait to get the briefings. I'm sure the Wikibon guys have more data than I do since they don't talk to me anymore. I'm quote a blogger, but whatever. We won't go there. Maybe we might see you in Vegas, because we're actually going to be in there that week. Maybe do a flyby here at the Mandalay Bay, I think. Is that what it is?
We are at the MGM.
MGM, okay. That's IBM's at the Mandalay Bay.
The other insights at the end.
We'll be there, so we'll do a flyby. NetApp here inside theCUBE, here in the Cisco booth, live in San Francisco, Oracle OpenWorld. This is day 2, coming down to a close. We'll be right back with our next guest after this short break. Part of 3 days of wall-to-wall coverage for theCUBE. We'll be right back after this short break.